My name is Kathleen Doherty, and I am publisher of the Children's and Young Adult Division for Tor Books. I was living in Boston at the time. I just graduated from Boston University, and I got a phone call. I was working actually for a national fraternity doing fundraising, and I got a phone call from my father, and he said, "What can I do to bring you back to New York and start working for me?" He convinced me to move back to New York, and I started working for Tor immediately, and I started in sales as he did. It's a great way to really get to understand the whole community of the industry. You get out there and you meet the people who are buying the books, and you learn what they're looking for. I did that for a couple of years. Then I came back into the office full time. I was literally on the road for 2 years straight. And I started developing a plan for the types of books that I thought would make sense for Tor Books for children's and young adults. And I now have 4 imprints: Starscape, Tor Teen, Tor Classics, and Tor Kids. You know, when I first started the division, there were so many traditional staples that were still being fed into the marketplace. Wonderful classics. But there wasn't a lot of new and innovative product coming online. They wanted more science fiction and fantasy. But science fiction and fantasy for the young adult market really wasn't being considered on any great level. It was mostly adult science fiction and fantasy that had young adult crossover. That being a natural fit, came back and said, you know, I think we should start looking at really dedicating science fiction and fantasy for a young adult market. And that's how I started Starscape. And it was actually in the industry the first science fiction and fantasy line that was completely dedicated to a young adult marketplace. Now you're seeing this incredible renaissance of young adult fiction, from the Hunger Games to the Twilight series, you know, Harry Potter. There's just this incredible, beautiful explosion of books for that readership. I've got great people working for me. They are passionate about children's and young adult books. They are extremely well versed with what's going on in the industry. We all get along really well. We communicate really well, and we've created a really cohesive, productive team. It's such a creative industry. You're not selling widgets every month. You're selling brand new, original, creative product every month. So it's ever evolving, ever changing. It's an industry that absolutely keeps you on your toes. You never get tired of what you're creating with the wonderful creative minds that you're working with. And that's a beautiful thing in a career. Get as much experience as you can on multiple levels within the industry. Don't be afraid to take, if you want to come into this industry and be an editor, but there's only an opening for a publicity assistant, don't be afraid to take that job. The more you learn about the different aspects of the industry, the better prepared you're going to be when you finally are able to funnel into that area that you want to expertise in. And be aggressive about it. Go in and interview and send your resume in and be persistent and try to get that summer internship. It's a great opportunity and opening for getting into the industry.